Picture yourself holding an old photo of you and your mother. Her smile warm, or maybe distant. And you wonder, why did my soul choose her? Whether your relationship with her is filled with love, conflict, or unanswered questions. There's a deeper reason behind it. Carl Jung, the visionary psychologist, believed your mother wasn't chosen by chance. Through the collective unconscious and the mother archetype, your soul picked her to guide you on a journey of individuation, to grow, heal, and become whole. In this video, we'll uncover 5 profound Jungian truths to reveal why your soul chose your mother and how this relationship shapes who you are. Through real stories, you'll learn to transform challenges into strengths. Whether your mother was nurturing, critical, or absent, this is your chance to understand your soul's purpose. Stay with us. Your journey of discovery starts now. Have you ever wondered why your soul chose your mother, whether she was nurturing, critical, distant, or a complex mix of all these? The connection you share runs deeper than chance. Carl Jung's profound insights reveal that your mother wasn't a random selection. She's a vital part of your soul's journey toward individuation. Through the collective unconscious and the mother archetype, your soul chose her to provide the experiences needed for your spiritual and psychological growth. In this chapter, we'll explore the meaning behind this choice, why your mother embodies the mother archetype in your life, and how this relationship sets the stage for your transformation. Let's meet Emma, a 35-year-old graphic designer who grew up with a strict, demanding mother named Clara. Clara set high expectations, perfect grades, impeccable behavior, and Emma often felt controlled, as if her individuality was stifled. As an adult, Emma struggled with self-doubt, wondering why her soul would choose a mother who made her feel so small. Through Carl Jung's lens, we see that Clara embodies the mother archetype, a universal symbol of nurturing, protection, but also challenge. Carl Jung believed the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experiences, holds archetypes like the mother, which shape our lives. For Emma, Clara's strictness wasn't a punishment. It was a deliberate choice by her soul to learn resilience and self-assertion. The mother archetype in Clara pushed Emma to develop her inner strength, teaching her to stand up for herself and claim her voice. Carl Jung's mother archetype is more than just your physical mother. It's a powerful force that manifests through her traits, behaviors, and the dynamics you share. This archetype can appear as the nurturing great mother, providing love and safety, or as the devouring mother, overwhelming with control or expectations. Your soul chose a mother whose unique expression of this archetype aligns with the lessons you need. If your mother was loving, your soul may have sought lessons in trust and connection. If she was distant or critical, like Clara, your soul may have chosen to learn self-love or independence. Carl Jung's individuation process, the journey to become your whole, authentic self, relies on these experiences to shape you. Your mother, with all her strengths and flaws, is the perfect teacher for your soul's unique curriculum. Let's look at another story. Michael, a 42-year-old teacher, grew up with a warm but overprotective mother. Susan's love was intense. She hovered, worried constantly, and rarely let Michael take risks. As an adult, he felt smothered, struggling to assert his independence. Through Carl Jung's framework, Michael realized his soul chose Susan's version of the mother archetype to teach him about boundaries and autonomy. Her overprotection, while stifling, was a catalyst for Michael to discover his own strength and define his individuality. Carl Jung's collective unconscious suggests that these dynamics aren't random. They're orchestrated by your soul to confront specific challenges that drive growth. The meaning of your soul's choice lies in its purpose growth, not comfort. Carl Jung taught that the soul seeks experiences to evolve, not to coast through ease. Your mother's traits, whether nurturing, controlling, or absent, are like a tailored obstacle course, designed to help you develop qualities like resilience, compassion, or self-worth. Emma's strict mother taught her to fight for her voice. Michael's overprotective mother pushed him to claim his freedom. These challenges, Carl Jung would argue, are not accidents, but intentional setups within the collective unconscious. Your soul chose your mother because her unique expression of the mother archetype provides the exact experiences needed for your individuation. This perspective shifts how you see your relationship with your mother. Instead of asking, "Why did I get this mother?" you can ask, "What is my soul learning through her?" This question opens a door to understanding, helping you see her not as a source of pain or perfection, but as a teacher in your soul's journey. Emma began to see Clara's strictness as a gift that forged her resilience. Michael recognized Susan's overprotection as a push toward independence. By embracing the mother archetype, you start to view your relationship as a sacred part of your growth, not a random stroke of fate. So, what's the takeaway? Your soul chose your mother because she embodies the mother archetype in a way that's perfectly suited to your individuation. Through Carl Jung's collective unconscious, you see that her traits, loving, challenging, or complex, are deliberate choices for your growth. Emma and Michael's stories show that this relationship, with all its joys and struggles, is a meaningful part of your soul's journey. This is the first step to understanding why you're here. If you've ever wondered why your soul chose your mother, drop a comment below and say, "I'm seeking meaning." In the next chapter, we'll dive into Carl Jung's synchronicity to explore how this choice reflects a deeper, purposeful alignment. Stay with us. This is where clarity deepens. In Chapter 1, we explored how your soul chose your mother as a vital part of your individuation, guided by the mother archetype within the collective unconscious. But why this specific mother, with her unique blend of love, challenges, or absence? Carl Jung's concept of synchronicity offers a profound answer. Your soul's choice wasn't random. It was a meaningful alignment. A cosmic design orchestrated to deliver the exact experiences your soul needs for growth. In this chapter, we'll dive into Carl Jung's synchronicity to uncover how your mother's presence in your life is a purposeful setup, a sacred agreement between souls that shapes your destiny and hers. Let's meet John, a 40-year-old architect who grew up with a mother, Margaret, who was highly critical. Margaret rarely praised John's efforts, often pointing out flaws in his schoolwork or decisions. As an adult, John struggled with self-confidence, wondering why his soul would choose a mother whose criticism made him feel inadequate. Through Carl Jung's lens of synchronicity, John began to see this wasn't an accident. Carl Jung defined synchronicity as meaningful coincidences that reveal a deeper order in the universe, connecting seemingly unrelated events to fulfill a purpose. For John, his mother's critical nature was a synchronistic choice by his soul to learn self-validation. Margaret's harsh words, though painful, pushed John to develop an inner strength that no external praise could provide. This dynamic wasn't random. It was a deliberate setup for his individuation, the journey to become his whole, authentic self. Carl Jung's synchronicity suggests that your soul and your mother's soul made a pre-incarnation agreement, a sacred contract to teach each other specific lessons. This contract isn't just about you learning from her, it's mutual. Your mother's soul agreed to play a role that challenges or nurtures you, while your presence in her life offers lessons for her own growth. For John, his soul chose Margaret to teach him resilience and self-worth. while John's sensitivity and persistence may have been chosen to help Margaret confront her own unhealed wounds, like her need for perfection. This mutual agreement, orchestrated through synchronicity, ensures that both souls evolve. The challenges, joys, or even conflicts you share with your mother are part of this cosmic design, aligning perfectly with your soul's purpose. Let's look at another story. Sarah, a 33-year-old therapist, grew up with a mother, Linda, who was emotionally distant. Linda rarely expressed affection, leaving Sarah feeling unloved and seeking approval elsewhere. Through Carl Jung's Synchronicity, Sarah realized her soul chose Linda to teach her self-love and emotional independence. The absence of maternal warmth wasn't a mistake. It was a synchronistic event, a purposeful setup to force Sarah to find love within herself. At the same time, Sarah's emotional openness may have been chosen to challenge Linda's guarded nature, offering her a chance to heal. This sacred contract, rooted in synchronicity, shows that their relationship was designed to push both toward growth, even through pain. Carl Jung's Synchronicity reframes your mother's role as more than a personal relationship. It's a destined connection, woven into the fabric of the collective unconscious. The moments that feel like chance, her words that cut deep, her love that lifted you, or her absence that left you searching aren't random. They're synchronistic events, perfectly timed, to deliver the lessons your soul needs. If your mother was nurturing, her love was chosen to teach you trust. If she was critical, like Margaret, her words were chosen to forge your resilience. If she was distant, like Linda, her absence was chosen to awaken your self-worth. These dynamics are part of a larger design, guiding you toward individuation. This perspective helps you see your mother not as a source of pain or perfection, but as a partner in a cosmic agreement. Carl Jung's Synchronicity invites you to ask, what lessons was my soul destined to learn through her? For John, it was self-validation through criticism. For Sarah, it was self-love through absence. By recognizing this design, you stop viewing challenges as misfortunes and start seeing them as purposeful opportunities for growth. This shift doesn't erase the pain, but it empowers you to find meaning in it, aligning with your soul's deeper purpose. So, what's the takeaway? Your soul chose your mother through Carl Jung's Synchronicity, a meaningful alignment that ensures her presence delivers the exact lessons you need for individuation. John and Sarah's stories show that challenges or joys with your mother are part of a sacred contract, designed to help both souls grow. This is the second step to understanding your soul's choice, a cosmic design that shapes your destiny. If you see your mother's role as part of a deeper purpose, drop a comment below and say, I see the synchronicity. In the next chapter, we'll explore how your mother's influence stirs your shadow, revealing wounds that are key to your transformation. Stay with us. This is where healing begins. In Chapter 2, we uncovered how your soul's choice of your mother is a synchronistic design, a sacred contract orchestrated to deliver lessons for your individuation. But what happens when this relationship brings pain, misunderstanding, or feelings of inadequacy? Carl Jung's concept of the shadow, the hidden, repressed parts of your psyche, offers a lens to understand these wounds. The challenges, criticisms, or absences in your relationship with your mother often stir the shadow, revealing emotions like anger, shame, or hurt that you've buried. In this chapter, we'll explore how facing your shadow transforms these wounds into portals for growth, helping you heal and move closer to becoming your whole, authentic self. Let's meet Lisa, a 32-year-old writer who grew up with a mother, Diane, who was emotionally distant. Diane rarely showed affection, often prioritizing work or her own struggles over Lisa's needs. As a child, Lisa felt unloved, carrying a deep sense of rejection into adulthood. She wondered why her soul would choose a mother who left her feeling so alone. Through Carl Jung's shadow work, Lisa discovered that Diane's distance triggered her shadow, repressed feelings of unworthiness, and fear of abandonment. Carl Jung taught that the shadow holds emotions we hide to protect ourselves. But these feelings shape our reactions and beliefs. For Lisa, her mother's absence wasn't a failure, it was a catalyst to confront her shadow, learning to find self-worth within. By facing these buried emotions, Lisa began to heal, realizing her soul chose Diane to teach her the power of self-love. Carl Jung's shadow is a crucial part of individuation, the process of integrating all aspects of your psyche to become whole. Your mother's actions, whether critical, controlling, or absent, often act as a mirror, reflecting parts of your shadow you need to face. If your mother was harsh, like Lisa's was distant, her behavior might stir feelings of anger or inadequacy you've suppressed. If she was overprotective, you might hide resentment or a fear of dependency. These wounds, Carl Jung would argue, they are not random. They're chosen by your soul to bring your shadow into the light. By confronting these emotions, you transform pain into strength, turning wounds into wisdom. Lisa's journey shows that facing her shadow, acknowledging her hurt and unworthiness, allowed her to reclaim her value, independent of her mother's love. Let's look at another story. Mark, a 39-year-old nurse, grew up with a mother, Helen, who was highly critical. Helen constantly pointed out Mark's flaws, his grades, his choices, even his appearance, leaving him feeling never good enough. As an adult, Mark struggled with self-doubt, questioning why his soul chose a mother who undermined his confidence. Through shadow work, Mark realized Helen's criticism triggered his shadow, a deep fear of failure, and repressed anger toward her judgment. Carl Jung's collective unconscious suggests that these painful dynamics are part of a larger design, meant to push you toward growth. For Mark, facing his shadow meant admitting his anger and fear, which helped him build self-esteem that didn't rely on Helen's approval. His soul chose Helen to teach him resilience and self-validation through the challenge of her criticism. Carl Jung's shadow work involves looking at the pain your mother's actions caused and asking, what emotions am I avoiding? How do these wounds shape my beliefs about myself? For Lisa, it was the belief she was unlovable. For Mark, it was the fear he'd never be enough. These beliefs, buried in the shadow, are often rooted in childhood moments, times your mother disappointed you, criticized you, or wasn't there. But Carl Jung teaches that these moments are opportunities for individuation. By facing your shadow, you integrate these emotions, turning hurt into empowerment. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior. It means understanding its purpose in your soul's journey. Lisa learned to love herself despite Diane's distance. Mark built confidence despite Helen's criticism. Their wounds became doorways to growth. This process also protects against what Carl Jung called enantiodromia, when suppressed emotions turn into their opposite, like hurt becoming bitterness or fear becoming detachment. By confronting your shadow, you prevent these wounds from defining you. Lisa, for example, began journaling about her feelings of rejection, which helped her see Diane's distance as a lesson in self-love rather than a verdict on her worth. Mark spoke to a therapist, processing his anger toward Helen, which freed him to value himself. Through shadow work, you reclaim your power, seeing your mother's role as a teacher, not a tormentor. So, what's the takeaway? Your mother's actions, whether loving or painful, stir your shadow. revealing wounds that are essential for your individuation. Through Carl Jung's shadow work, you can face these emotions, anger, shame, or hurt, and transform them into strength. Lisa and Mark's stories show that healing these wounds is a path to self-love and resilience, aligning with your soul's purpose. This is the third step to understanding why your soul chose your mother. If you're ready to face the wounds your mother's actions stirred, drop a comment below and say, "I'm healing." In the next chapter, we'll explore how your mother acts as a mirror, reflecting lessons your soul needs to grow. Stay with us. This is where transformation deepens. In Chapter 3, we explored how your mother's actions stir your shadow, revealing wounds that are key to your individuation. But what if your mother is more than a source of pain or love? She's a mirror reflecting the parts of your soul you need to see, understand, and transform. Carl Jung's concept of energetic mirroring suggests that your mother reflects both your strengths and your unhealed aspects, offering lessons your soul chose to learn. Her behaviors, whether nurturing or challenging, show you who you are and who you can become. In this chapter, we'll dive into how your mother acts as a mirror, revealing lessons that guide your individuation and help you grow into your authentic self. Let's meet Maria, a 45-year-old social worker who grew up with an overprotective mother. Laura was always there, monitoring Maria's every move, worrying about her safety, and making decisions for her. As an adult, Maria felt smothered, struggling to assert her independence. She wondered why her soul would choose a mother who seemed to limit her freedom. Through Carl Jung's lens of energetic mirroring, Maria realized Laura was a mirror, reflecting her own unacknowledged need for control and fear of vulnerability. Carl Jung taught that relationships, especially with your mother, mirror aspects of your psyche, both the light and the shadow. Laura's overprotection mirrored Maria's hidden tendency to avoid risks, pushing her to learn about boundaries and autonomy. By seeing Laura as a mirror, Maria understood her soul chose this dynamic to teach her how to claim her independence and balance her need for security. Carl Jung's energetic mirroring means your mother reflects qualities you carry within. Whether you admire or resist them, if her criticism irritates you, it may reflect your own inner critic, urging you to develop self-compassion. If her warmth inspires you, it mirrors your capacity for love, encouraging you to express it. This mirroring isn't just about you. Your presence also reflects lessons for your mother. Carl Jung's collective unconscious suggests this dynamic is part of a sacred agreement where both souls help each other grow. For Maria, her rebellion against Laura's control mirrored Laura's unhealed need for trust, offering her a chance to loosen her grip. This mutual mirroring, rooted in the individuation process, shows that your relationship with your mother is a two-way street, designed to reveal and transform both of you. Let's look at another story. Daniel, a 31-year-old musician, grew up with a mother, Susan, who was inconsistent, loving one day, distant the next. Daniel felt confused and insecure, never knowing if he was enough. Through energetic mirroring, Daniel saw Susan's inconsistency as a reflection of his own fear of instability. Carl Jung's framework suggests that what bothers you about your mother often points to a part of your shadow needing integration. Susan's unpredictable behavior mirrored Daniel's inner struggle with self-trust, pushing him to develop emotional stability. At the same time, Daniel's sensitivity may have mirrored Susan's suppressed emotions, challenging her to face her own vulnerability. By recognizing this mirror, Daniel learned to ground himself. Understanding his soul chose Susan to teach him resilience and self-assurance. Carl Jung's energetic mirroring invites you to ask, what does my mother's behavior reflect about me? If she's critical, does it highlight your own self-judgment? If she's distant, Does it reflect your fear of rejection? These reflections aren't about blame, they're about growth. By seeing your mother as a mirror, you uncover parts of your psyche, both strengths and wounds that need attention. This process is central to individuation, as it helps you integrate your shadow and embrace your full self. Maria learned to set boundaries by recognizing Laura's control as a mirror of her own fears. Daniel built self-trust by seeing Susan's inconsistency as a reflection of his inner doubts. Their stories show that your mother's role as a mirror is a gift, guiding you toward wholeness. This mirroring also prevents enantiodromia, Carl Jung's term for when unacknowledged emotions turn into their opposites, like frustration becoming resentment. By recognizing what your mother reflects, you avoid projecting your pain onto her. Maria, for example, stopped resenting Laura's overprotection by journaling about her own need for control, which helped her set healthier boundaries. Daniel used meditation to process his insecurity. Seeing Susan's inconsistency as a lesson rather than a personal failing, through energetic mirroring, you transform your relationship with your mother into a tool for self-discovery, aligning with your soul's purpose. So, what's the takeaway? Your mother is a mirror, reflecting lessons your soul chose to learn through energetic mirroring. Carl Jung's individuation process shows that her behaviors, loving, challenging, or inconsistent, reveal parts of your psyche needing integration. Maria and Daniel's stories illustrate how this mirror helps you grow into your authentic self, turning reflections into wisdom. This is the fourth step to understanding why your soul chose your mother. If you see your mother's behavior as a mirror for your growth, drop a comment below and say, "I'm growing." In the next chapter, we'll explore how embracing individuation helps you live as your true self, honoring the lessons your mother reflects. Stay with us. This is where your transformation shines. In Chapter 4, we explored how your mother acts as a mirror, reflecting lessons your soul chose to learn through energetic mirroring. Now, we reach the heart of your journey, living as your true, whole self, regardless of your mother's influence or the challenges you faced. Carl Jung's concept of individuation, the process of integrating all parts of your psyche, including your shadow, and the lessons from your mother, offers a path to transform your relationship with her into a source of empowerment. This isn't about fixing your mother or erasing the past. It's about embracing every experience as a step toward becoming the authentic, the whole person you were meant to be. In this chapter, we'll dive into how individuation helps you honor your soul's choice and live fully as yourself. Let's meet David, a 38-year-old entrepreneur who grew up with a distant mother, Ellen. Ellen was often absent, prioritizing her career over emotional connection, leaving David feeling invisible and unworthy. As an adult, he questioned why his soul would choose a mother who seemed to offer so little warmth. Through Carl Jung's individuation process, David realized his journey wasn't about changing Ellen or dwelling on her absence. It was about integrating the lessons her distance taught him. Ellen's detachment, a reflection of the mother archetype, pushed David to develop self-worth and resilience. By embracing individuation, he pursued his passions, built a successful business, and found peace in living authentically. David's soul chose Ellen not to wound him, but to guide him toward becoming a whole, self-reliant person. Carl Jung's individuation is about uniting your conscious and unconscious self, your strengths, wounds, and dreams to become whole. Your mother's role, whether nurturing or challenging, is a cornerstone of this process. Her love, criticism, or absence provides the raw material for your growth, teaching you lessons like self-love, independence, or forgiveness. Carl Jung believed that the collective unconscious orchestrates these experiences to shape your soul's journey. For David, Ellen's distance was a lesson in self-validation, showing him he could thrive without external approval. Individuation means accepting these lessons, not as burdens, but as gifts that help you live as your true self. By integrating the pain and wisdom from your mother, you align with your soul's purpose, becoming the person you were destined to be. Let's look at another story. Anna, a 47-year-old teacher, grew up with a critical mother, Patricia, who rarely acknowledged her achievements. Anna felt like nothing she did was enough, carrying self-doubt into adulthood. Through individuation, Anna saw Patricia's criticism as a mirror of her own inner critic, a part of her shadow she needed to integrate. Instead of resenting Patricia, Anna embraced her journey, pursuing writing, a passion she'd long suppressed, and building confidence in her voice. Carl Jung's Individuation taught her that Patricia's role was to push her towards self-acceptance, not to define her worth. Anna's soul chose Patricia to forge her strength, showing that even painful dynamics serve a higher purpose in the collective unconscious. Individuation requires courage to ask, how have my mother's actions shaped me? And how can I use these lessons to live authentically? Whether your mother was loving, distant, or critical, her influence is a thread in your soul's tapestry. Carl Jung's transcendent function, bridging the conscious and unconscious, helps here reflect on what your mother taught you. Then take one step toward living those lessons. For David, it was building a life of purpose despite Ellen's absence. For Anna, it was writing to express her true self. This process prevents enantiodromia, where unintegrated pain turns into bitterness. By transforming wounds into wisdom, by embracing individuation, you honor your mother's role as a teacher, not a barrier, and claim your power to live fully. Living as your whole self also shifts your relationship with your mother. Carl Jung believed that when you embody individuation, you stop seeking validation from her and start seeing her as a partner in your soul's journey. David no longer needed Ellen's approval. He thanked her silently for teaching him resilience. Anna forgave Patricia, recognizing her criticism as a catalyst for her confidence. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or excusing harm. It means using those experiences to grow. Individuation frees you to love your mother, set boundaries, or find peace, all while living as your authentic self, aligned with the collective unconscious. So, what's the takeaway? Individuation transforms your mother's influence, loving or painful, into a path to becoming your whole, authentic self. Carl Jung's collective unconscious shows that her role was chosen to teach you lessons for growth. David and Anna's stories illustrate how embracing these lessons lets you live fully, honoring your soul's choice. This is the final step to understanding why your soul chose your mother. If you're ready to live as your true self, drop a comment below and say, I am enough. In our final outro, we'll bring it all together with Carl Jung's vision of the integrated self, showing you how to shine as a conscious, empowered person. Stay with us. This is where your journey soars. You've journeyed through the profound mystery of why your soul chose your mother, from understanding her role as the mother archetype in the collective unconscious, uncovering the cosmic design of synchronicity, facing your shadow to heal wounds, seeing her as a mirror for your growth, to embracing individuation, to live as your whole, authentic self. Carl Jung's wisdom has shown that your mother, with all her love, challenges, or absence, is not a random part of your story. She's a sacred teacher in your soul's quest to become complete. You've learned that every moment with her, joyful or painful, is a gift, carefully chosen to shape you into the empowered person you are today. Now, it's your turn to shine. What's one step you'll take to honor your soul's journey? Will you reflect on a lesson your mother taught you? Set a boundary to protect your peace, or pursue a passion that makes you feel alive. Carl Jung believed that living as your integrated self, whole, conscious, and true transforms not just you, but the world around you. Your story, your strength, your growth, they matter, whether your mother sees them or not. Step into your power now. Subscribe to Young Psyche Hub. Hit the bell. And share this video with someone who needs to understand their mother's role in their life. Drop a comment below and declare, "I choose my journey." Join our community of conscious souls who are turning their experiences into wisdom. Your journey doesn't end here. It's the start of a life filled with purpose, authenticity, and unshakable strength. See you in the next video, where we'll dive deeper into Jung's insights to transform your life. Shine on. Integrated self. You've got this.